Hello, everyone. My name is Jason, and I'm here for a Daily Dose of Hope Day 336. So I've been coming on for almost 336 days consecutively to bring a daily dose of hope. And you might be asking yourself, what is a daily dose of hope? And it's just that. The energies on our planet, the polarities are increasing, and as they do, things start to get a little bit crazier. And so that's what I'm here to do, just to kind of help everyone, steer everyone in the middle path, uh, where it seems as if maybe your world might be falling apart around you, but remembering that you're made of love and that you can never fall apart, and that your belief systems might fall apart, but you yourself will never fall apart. And just understanding this, understanding that the universe has your back, and that no matter what's happening outside of you, you've got this. So that's the message of a daily dose of hope. So today, I just share my site. It's in the background here. They have different offerings. I have so here's spiritual guidance offering and sound healing. And I also have a membership group here, the Lightworker Community, where we have now 2 years of archived material. So we have about an hour long channeling session twice a month, and so that's been going on for the past 2 years. And so there's all of that material, and people just bring their questions, and then I channel them. And so if you're interested, there's also sound baths on there too. So a sound bath tailored to the energies of that month. So today, what I want to talk about though is so I was looking through one of my social media feeds, and I saw that someone had recently passed. And my first thought was of that they had passed because of something that happened in the years of craziness. And I guess those of you who know will know what I'm talking about. And so, and that was my first thought. And in a sense, I wasn't really seeing the whole story. Now, yes, from one perspective, that person who passed, it is likely that was the cause. But there's a whole other story involved. So this is a person who has young children. They have a wife. They're very successful, and then they developed this form of cancer that just was rapid, and they passed. And so I was thinking about that when I saw the story. My first instinct was that, rather than actually seeing the human side of the story, here is a person with a loving family, with 2 little children who are now they've lost their father forever. And, so seeing from a humanistic side rather than from seeing it as a overarching story side. And I wanted to bring this up today as an idea of how we are very multidimensional, and how it's important to be able to see from different dimensions, because it opens your heart. So now there is an overarching story that's going on that happened in the years of craziness, where something happened and people are passing because of it. And so that's one story, right? That's an overarching story. But within this, there are all of these other stories that are happening. And it's up to you to see which part of the story you want to see and how you want to see the movie. And I realized, like, the movie that I wanted to see at that moment was to see that here is this, it's in a sense, a tragedy that this man has passed, but tragedy, judging something as a tragedy, is a judgment on my part. That's me playing God. How do I know if that's a tragedy or not? I have no idea the whole situation. But so all I can say is that this is a story that happened, and there's sadness involved. But once he passes to the other side, there's happiness involved too, where he can finally be free from this planet as well. So there's many, many things involved, and that it's important to be able to see the different sides of it. And for me, it was this idea that I was seeing how I was thinking. I was like, oh, this is how I'm seeing this. And I don't like the way that I would see something like that, because it just seems very small-minded in a sense. I mean, it is true, but it's just one small story. And it's me jumping into one of the polarities. So yes, this may be happening, but it's one more story. It's not my story. My story is in front of me. My story is I have music to write. I have channeling to do. I have walks to take. I have ice cream to eat, And so keeping into my story, understanding that these stories are playing out, but we really don't know what they're for. And in the end, as the Course in Miracles always says, is they're always for us. Everything is for our own best good. So being able to see that. And so this also brings me to the another, I guess this is not just something that comes up a lot in recently. So some people of certain religions believe that if someone doesn't believe in the head of that religion, that they are not saved. And so by claiming that that person is not saved means that you are also playing God as well, that you know the best thing for that person. Only God or Source can really see all of the situations happening and what would be the best for us. We don't really know what as I say in the Course of Miracles, we don't know what anything is for. So we kind of think, well, no, you should do this. Many people on the planet are doing this and this is helping them. You don't know. We don't know. Like giving advice is a slippery slope, I guess, in that sense, because we really don't know. And that's why we have to follow our heart. Our heart knows, but someone else giving you advice, they might not know the whole situation. And so in a sense, we're playing God when we, for example, if you're in a religion and you say, well, that person's not saved, they have not done this, they have not been saved by this person or whatever, by this being. And so that's claiming that you are kind of higher than them. You are at a higher level because you are saved and you know that you're saved. And so just this whole concept, it's important to see as it's a way of controlling your mind. And that if you let go of these ideas and just I mean, it's hard enough just to save yourself, So, and I think it's important to, exactly, stay in your place, stay in your lane, stay in the place that you're in. And so by not judging that, by understanding that everyone's got their own thing going on, and that's okay, and that's wonderful, and that we can see these stories from many different levels, and to be careful about not getting caught into seeing stories in one way. And that's something, I think that's what's going on our planet at this moment, is we are going through a transition process, but we're also going through a learning process as well. And it's quite advanced, and so that we're being given all of this different information. And when we're given the information, what do we do? Do we choose love or fear? Fear contains everything that love isn't, right? So judgment and all of those ideas, that's there. And love is just seeing everything with love. As the Course in Miracles says, seeing everything with the eyes of Christ, forgiving, loving, understanding that we don't know what everything is for, and it's beautiful and it's all there. And we have our path right in the middle of that yin and yang symbol. We're not going into the polarities. We're not going into judgment. We're just trying to just figure our own life out as we go and try to hold some light as we do. So I wanted to share that. And so another thing is, for some reason on my YouTube feed, I keep getting these things about, and this is related to the other story. So this is another story that's happening in the world. And for me, it's very interesting, but it's not my story. But I'd like to just share it. Because it's interesting for me. So I keep getting these, I guess it's called the China Observer, and they're videos about, so let's see. So here's the Beijing, Shanghai, and Guangdong resemble ghost cities with millions of beggars disappearing. So so it's just that people are disappearing in the major cities in China, for many different reasons. But I mean, the economy's not doing so well in China at the moment, and so there are these ghost cities. People are just disappearing, and no one knows what happened. So there's also the story that everyone is flooding, going back home to their hometowns to pursue simpler lives in the countryside. But then in the countryside, people are saying, no, we're not getting an influx of people. So everyone's wondering, where did all the people go? And so there are many different theories about this. And of course, one is related to what I was talking about before, the years of craziness. So this is one video they're talking about. They say that it's because of this thing here. But it could be, yeah, related to the medicine as well. And then, so, yeah. So basically this is happening. Another theory, though, is... and I like this theory a little bit better, so this is the idea, though. The other theory is that maybe all of the non-playing characters, the NPCs, are disappearing. And I thought that might have been really interesting. And to find out, like, a city like Shanghai, there's only like a few people that were really there. It would be really funny. But anyway, that's, I mean, not funny, I'm sorry. That's, but would be very interesting. But this is something that interests me, and I'm kind of curious. I haven't really asked my guides about this too much. I've kind of stayed away from it, but I'd like to ask them today, just because this seems to be happening, and somehow everything that appeared to me on social media kind of just geared me towards this one idea. I'm going to stop sharing here. Hold on. Guided me to this one idea, is that, yeah, so what is actually happening? I know in my town, there are not, it's not like a very crowded town. It's just lots of like kind of young families, and so there's nothing, yeah, it's not big city town. It's just, it's part of the city, but it's kind of not like right in the center of it. So, but for the past few years, I've been hearing lots and lots of ambulances, like similar to New York City. Like when I was in New York City, it was like, that was normal. Like it's just an ambulance every, 20 seconds, or something like that. But here, where I'm living here in Japan, it wasn't that common. And then all of a sudden, just, but recently they've stopped. I haven't heard as many, which is good. But anyway, so this whole idea, it's a bit, yeah, it's just one of those things, right? So I just want to ask about it. Can they give us more clarity about what the heck is going on, with these ghost cities and these ambulances and yeah, just, it seems as though many people are passing. And could they give us some heads up, some clarity on it? Yeah, just give them, yeah, here we go. Greetings, we are that one that you know of as Mary Magdalene. And we are here, and we are here, and we are here. And what we would like to bring forward today, first of all, is the energy of love and the energy of light and the energy of protection for all of you and for this being as well. At this moment, as this being is speaking, he is receiving energetic attacks, as you might call them, through the internet from those who are watching this video at this moment. And so what we would like to do is to deflect these attacks as well, to send these energy back to the sender so that they can get rid of it however they would like to. This is not the time to be sending energetic attacks, is what we would say. It is very important in these transition times to be moving in your own pace, to be moving in the places that you need to go. These transition times are very important for growth, but this growth has to be done with you, inside of you. So not about jumping into all, as this being says, the stories, but jumping into your story, jumping into your heart, following your heart. So this is not the time for the sending out these energetic attacks. That time has passed us by. in the energy that exists on this planet that is sapping so much of your energy, of your life energy, that is so necessary for you at this moment to follow your path, to follow your heart, and to find your happiness. It is a very important time to be finding your own happiness. And so we wish this for you, for all of you out there, that you can bring your energy back into yourself so that it nourishes your heart, so that it brings you peace, so that it brings you the ability to function on this plane at this moment with the energies so high. If you are able to do this, you can walk in peace and in stillness down the middle path, and you can find your way. So this is what we would like to bring forward now at this moment, because this is a big issue that is happening all over the world with all of this energy. Understand that your power of your emotions, when you send this energy. Now, why we say energetic attack, we mean that when you send out energies of fear, when you send out energies of anger, they are very powerful. You are all quite powerful, and you can affect change, and you can affect other people in this way by sending your anger, by sending your fear. But you can also, on the flip side, you can help others by first being in your peace and then extending your love. When you extend your love, you don't lose anything. You don't lose any energy, and you gain, and the other person gains as well. What a beautiful world it would be if you all realize this, if you all realize that by giving love, you gain love. And this is one of the main messages we would like to bring forward today. By giving love, you gain love. By giving anger and giving fear, you gain more anger and more fear. And that fear becomes translated into bodily effects as well. So this is what we would like to bring forward. In addition to this, so to answer this being's question, yes, this is a transition period on your planet. And when this being talks about this idea of NPCs, he is mistaken in that sense that this idea is a bit different. This is a simplification of something that is quite complex. All of you are operating you are, in that sense, operating in other people's lives as well. You're playing bit parts in many people's different lives. And it is quite an orchestration that goes on to organize all of this so that you play the parts that you need to play in other people's lives as well as in your own life. It is the directors of your life are quite talented, and we would say that the director of your life is yourself. You have created this script with many others in order for all of you to play out the experiences that you need to play out. And while it seems as though many people are going away, many people are disappearing, what we would say is that this is just a part of the split of your planet. That is all. You are slowly moving into this split, and you'll notice that this will start to happen more and more. And the story that is playing out, at times it can be easier for you to understand if people are passing. But in that sense, no one ever really passes in the way that you think they do. Everyone moves into the dimension, into the frequency that matches their own frequency. So that is what is happening. People are following their frequency and moving into the place that matches them perfectly. Now, as there is a rapid rise of frequency on your planet, that is affecting those who would not like to hold that rapid rise in frequency. They would prefer to hold the frequency they were holding before. And so they are acclimated as well so that they can experience that frequency as well. And at the moment, this is all happening on your planet. It's just some people will be able to see. If people are on the same frequency as you are, you'll be able to see them. Otherwise, you will not be able to see them. And the story will play out so that it is easier for you to understand. But you're moving into a time when the story is not necessary anymore. You've heard enough stories, and so you can understand that the only story that's happening is love. And your love is your frequency, and your frequency determines what happens in your world. Okay. So, yeah. All right. Yeah. Ooh, I was feeling it. Yeah. Got some energetic attacks there, but seemed to stop halfway through. Interesting. Um, so, yes, I'd like to do a pocket of peace. And this is a pocket of peace for. It's starting up again. It's a pocket of peace for today, March 26, 2025. And this is a pocket of peace for all of us to, I guess, just to stay in our place, to hold, our, to stay in our movie, to keep in our movie. And I'm doing this for myself as well, just so that I'm in my own movie. I've got my own stuff to do. I've got ice cream to eat. So here we go. I'd like you all to take a few deep breaths. And then throughout this, don't forget to breathe. And then I'd like you to imagine that you're in a place that makes you feel very relaxed. Just go there. Beautiful. And then I'd like you to imagine that in this place that you're in, that this light of unconditional love, it's like a gentle mist. It just kind of comes in. Let's imagine it like a cloud or like an egg. It's like this egg that comes in and it just surrounds you. It's a golden egg. And now you're inside the egg, and it's kind of like a smoke, but it's all love. You can kind of feel it with your hands. Ooh, it feels so nice. And it feels beautiful because it's a healing energy, because it is an affirmation of you. And it just feels so good, and you just feel this energy all throughout your body. And then it warms your heart. And then you feel as if there's no need to worry about anything or regret anything. You just feel at peace. And then we're sending this energy out because it just wants to expand now into your room, into the place that you're in, so that everything is covered with light now. Everything is just shining and beautifully illuminated with light. And then this light just goes out into the spaces around you, into all of the highways, all of the byways, all the cityways, all of the subways, all the riverways, all the waterways. And now everything is just covered with love. You can feel it. Everything is just love now. Love, 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 love. It's so powerful. It's so powerful. And now all stories of sadness and fear and regret are replaced with love stories. We're just seeing love stories everywhere. What a beautiful love story we're seeing. And then this love is going out throughout the mass consciousness at the speed of love, which is the only speed and the fastest speed imaginable, because it's the only truth. And it travels throughout the whole galaxy and the whole world as well. And so now everyone's just downloading this love, and they're saying, yeah, I feel really good right now. I feel like, you know what? All of these things that were getting me down, they can't get me down anymore, because I'm made of love. And you can feel yourself growing. You're so big now. You're larger than all of those. Those problems are tiny. If you wanted to, you could just step on them with your foot, but you don't, because you're love. And you realize you're just going to gingerly step over those problems and say, goodbye problems. I'm too big for that right now. I'm made of love. And so you're just made of love, and the whole world is now making love, and everyone around you is just feeling that love. And they look like they woke up from a deep, deep sleep, and they look so refreshed, and they're saying, I feel so good. I feel better than I felt in such a long time. I feel like I'm home for some reason, more home than I've ever felt in my whole life. And that's because they're feeling this unconditional love, which is their birthright, something that they were born with, and something that will be with them throughout their lives, and will be with them after they pass as well. In every second of every day, this is yours, your birthright. And this love is so powerful. And we're just remembering it. We're just remembering, like, yeah, that's right. We're made of love. We've got this thing. And the universe has our back. And we're here with our giant love flashlights, shining the light into all the shadows. And all the shadows turn into love stories as well. So all those stories that you hear out there of fear and sadness and anger are flipped over into love stories. That's a love story. All of those videos that I was showing are love stories now. These are stories of love, of people following their hearts, of people following their frequency, following where it is that they need to go. This is a beautiful time for all of us, that we have this ability to choose with our frequency where we want to go. And it's beautiful, and there's no judgment on the choices. You want to go to fear, you want to go to love, that's up to you. But right now, we're broadcasting this love energy out there for anyone who feels on that same frequency. It's just there for all of us. All right, so I hope you guys are hopeful. Hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow. I think I raised some cackles somehow, given the attack that I'm still vaguely getting at the moment. But yeah, so and to whoever is giving the attack, sending love to you as well. Love to you, and that I hope that you can find your heart song as well. So anyway, I hope you guys are hopeful, and hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow.